News alert now, Microsoft's search engine Bing has been blocked in China. If users in the country try to search on the website, it's directed to a page that says the server cannot be reached. Joining me right now in a Fox Business exclusive is the president of Microsoft and chief legal officer, Brad Smith. Brad, it's great to see you this morning.
Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for joining us. What happened in China?
Well, we're still working to find out. It is definitely the case, as you just said, that people in China cannot access Bing. This is not the first time it's happened. It happens periodically. We operate in China but pursuant to some global principles. It's called the Global Network Initiative in terms of how we manage censorship demands and the like. There are times when there are disagreements. There are times when there are difficult negotiations with the Chinese government, and we're still waiting to find out what this situation's about.
Yeah, so for example, if you wanted to search for something like Tiananmen Square, typically you're not able to if you're in China, but you're saying some things come up where maybe you can get there, and maybe that's what the Chinese leadership got mad about?
Well, we'll see. We don't know,
yeah.
And we'll just have to find out.
But this has happened before.
Yeah, periodically there are issues that arise, and sometimes those issues, do lead to our service or some other services being blocked. It is an area where we understand we don't have the same legal freedom that we do in other countries, but at the same time, we stick to our guns. There are certain principles that we think it's important to stand up for, and we'll go at times into the negotiating room, and the negotiations are sometimes pretty darn direct.
Good for you. I think viewers want to hear you say that you stick to your principles. And look, you have to operate under the rules of a country when you're operating in that country. We know that. But at the same time, there are things that you've also got to stick to principles, like you said. Have there been cases when you've had to do that?
Yeah, I think what is interesting today is technology and sort of human rights, free expression. These issues are really intersecting and on certain days colliding more than in the past. And there are countries where we've said we're not going to put a data center because we don't think we could protect the data from potential human rights abuses. There's deals that we've turned down for things like facial recognition technology because we felt that people's rights will be put at risk. And I think more than ever, tech companies really need to think about these things. They need to be principled, and you have to have a little more moral courage, in my view, if you're going to be in this business and really take care of your customers.
That's terrific. It's great to hear you say that, Brad. Let's get to your top 10 tech issues for 2019. Privacy, obviously, is the #1 spot in your view, followed by issues like disinformation and AI. Let's talk about the list.
Sure. It was an amazing year last year. I think the overriding theme was growing skepticism in the public, even cautiousness or concern about technology. Part of it is what it means for individuals, our personal information or the security of the devices on which we rely. Some of it is the broader economic impact, as you were just hearing, the impact of AI on jobs in the Midwest of the United States. These are now front and center when people turn on their television in the morning.
Yeah. And targeting fake news is another issue out there. I mean, Microsoft's Edge mobile app now has a service called NewsGuard.
Yeah.
Well, tell us about that. It detects and warns users about web pages that may contain fake news. How do you judge what's fake news?
Well, you don't really judge particular news stories. I think you really hope that individuals can make their own decisions about what they believe is true or not. But NewsGuard is a bipartisan initiative. It's a third party. It's not our initiative, but one of the two founders is Gordon Krovitz, former publisher of the Wall Street Journal. And what they do is they look at different news sites, and they'll do it on a nonpartisan basis. Fox News and MSNBC both get a green icon, both reputable news outlets, even if you might have different points of view on issues. Other sites, if you're looking at a Russian news page, it's going to be a red icon because they concluded that it is not the same kind of reputable site. The idea is to give people more information. It's an optional thing that people can use in any browser, whether it's from Microsoft or anybody else, and nobody has to use it if they don't want to.
You've come out with a lot of new products. Certainly the Surface has been very popular. Where's the growth coming at Microsoft today?
Well, if you look back at last year, and I'll talk about the first 3 quarters because we'll do our earnings next week. But one of the things that's exciting for those of us at the company, it was broad-based. Certainly it's centered in the cloud. You look at our Azure business and the growth rates in that business. You look at other cloud services, whether it's our Dynamics business or especially AI and AI applications. All of that is very strong. But it was really across the board. The Surface devices are doing very well. Gaming is doing very well, whether it's Xboxes or games. That's a very healthy and successful business.
Yeah, people love gaming. It's become so popular, it's actually taking market share from movies.
Yeah, what's interesting is ultimately there's a lot of businesses that are basically all competing for your time. Whether it's watching a movie, watching a television show, watching a YouTube video, playing a game, or maybe even going outside and doing something.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned facial recognition earlier and privacy concerns with that and AI. What's the concern there?
Well, there are three concerns that people have about facial recognition, even though at the same time it's doing some amazing things around the world. It's helping police find missing children. It's helping doctors diagnose diseases. But there's issues for privacy. We're entering a world where you can walk into a shopping mall, and it's now more than theoretically possible that be followed around into every store. Law enforcement could use it to follow any individual anywhere or everywhere. It's still technology that, when not used well, or when it doesn't come from as strong a provider, there's risks of bias. It doesn't work as well in identifying women or people of color. So there's a broad set of issues that we also need to grapple with, I think, both as an industry, but as we've said, this is technology that should be governed by law. It shouldn't be left to tech companies alone.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, this is important technology that's being used in all sorts of ways, and it can actually be an issue in terms of privacy, and yet it's very effective, and it makes our lives easier.
It has a lot of good uses.
Yeah.
And so it's a classic, you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah.
We all benefit from it, whether it's our own device or, just going through an airport. It helps advance security and the like. But also, like most technologies, it's a tool that can become a weapon. And we don't want it to become a weapon, and the best way to ensure that it doesn't is for companies to really think about these issues in advance and for us to ensure that this is subject to the rule of law.
Brad, real quick before you go, what a year you've had, what a couple of years Microsoft has had. Great performance, hitting $1 trillion in market value earlier this year. How do you keep this going?
Well, we're fortunate first to be, in a great industry at a great moment in time. This is a decade. The next decade will be a decade, where the cloud, data, AI are really changing lots of things. I think for us, though, it's fundamentally how do we take our technology to help our customers do their business better, to do things that they couldn't otherwise do. At the end of the day, we're not as much in the consumer business, say, aside from gaming. We're more about helping other businesses be more successful. So what we have to keep in mind is any day that we help them get better, that's a good day for them and a good day for us.
All right, we'll leave it there. Brad, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. Brad Smith is the president at Microsoft.